in a pasture before fences. Morning lay quiet on the grass. Sheep grazed under the pale sun. On a far rise a wolf watched, thin with hunger, quiet with me. He was not wicked yet, just empty enough to listen to the wrong solution. At the edge of a thorn bush hung a fresh sheepskin, yesterday's loss airing in the sun. He touched it, the hide was still warm with a memory that wasn't his. He tried it on like a borrowed name, it fit. He stepped forward and the field did not run. Even his shadow softened. The flock parted to let him through. A lamb asked his name. Soft he said, and hated how easily it sounded. At dusk, the shepherd counted heads. The count was right and wrong. The wolf tasted the word belong. Days passed, he stood shoulder to shoulder with wool that believed him. Sometimes the hunger rose like a tide, and he held it with his teeth clenched. He dreamed of running with his old knight, but woke inside borrowed whiteness. One evening the shepherd lit a lamp. The air smelled of iron and festival. They would choose a lamb for offerings, move through the flock like quiet weather. The wolf laughed with the rest. He had learned to. Then the shepherd's hand found the heaviest fleece, the thickest calm, the quietest breath. It closed on him. No one shouted reverence can be a kind of logic. The shepherd reached for a rope, and the rope found a mask. Wool peeled back, teeth remembered their names. The pasture reset itself to honest shapes. They walked him to the edge of the hill and let the dark finish teaching. The moon pinned a cold coin to the sky. The flock exhaled. Centuries turned, grass became glass. Wolves learned to shave and smile. The costume changed, the hunger did not. In the city of mirrors he returned, in a cleaner coat, with a softer voice. He learned to sign kindness, to shake hands without taking. He studied the language of care and the punctuation of trust. When he entered a room, people felt less alone. They called him good. Meetings, corridors, glass tables. He spoke of value and community. He said we and meant I'm hungry. Applause came soft and steady, tasting like forgiveness. He wore the day until it wore him. Masks don't break, they slip. Truth waits for you to breathe wrong. They planned a banquet of gratitude with lamb on the menu. He laughed among them, steady and harmless. Then a hand, ordinary and grateful, chose his. The knife of recognition is dull until it is sudden. The old thief stood under the lights. No one screamed fear, stayed polite. Afterward people spoke of him softly. Some called him evil, some ill, some tired of pretending. No one mentioned the mirror behind their own smiles. Truth is not a wolf or a sheep, it is glass that remembers. He stood outside a bar window and met a man wearing his outline. Neon combed his hair with fake daylight. I wanted love without being known, he said, and the world gave me knowledge without love. He touched the pain and left a fog circle the size of a breath. Inside an old piano held the notes of disguise. The bartender polished a glass like a thought. I watched from the mic, weathered voice, slow lungs. I have worn better sheepskins than his some still fit. We all pretend a little to survive. The sin is not the costume, but forgetting where the zipper is. If someone calls you good, listen for footsteps under the praise. Pretending to be gentle does not make the night forgive you. It only teaches the dark how to wait. Hunger kneels for a while, then stands up. Belonging is not inspection. Safety bought with lies comes due with interest. Love without knowledge feels warm and leaves frostbite. So I'll raise a glass for the pretenders. May truth find them with a gentler hand than the shepherds. A mask may save you once, but only honesty lets you sleep. A flock can be fooled, a mirror is patient. Hang the wool back on the branch when spring can carry you without it. Good night to wolves with soft voices. Good night to sheep who still believe in kindness. Good night to shepherds who count more than heads. And good night to you. May your reflection stay honest when the music stops.